Today, my guest is why we do this show, The Hybrid Soul, because we are the destination for R&B discovery. And when we finally play her hit single, Summer, you're going to remember because Dash Radio and Taste, we've been supporting this. And my friends have been telling me, you got to check out this artist. She comes from Philly, where it's such a legendary city where you have the Roots, Philly International, Music Soul Child, and and Go-Go Moreau, who is also a friend to the show. We gotta add this legend in the making, Kenya Vaun. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
I feel it's an honor today to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Yes. And, like I said, our tagline, we are the destination for R&B discovery. When I first heard the song, you were talking my language, with Summer, I love blue skies. I love poolside. I love sunshine. I love that all. And summer is one of my favorite times of the year. I want to just get to this hit single and let's talk about when you put it together. You're a songwriter. So how did this song come about? Because you've had other songs before, but this one is working.
Well, honestly, I just want to start off by saying, I had the great opportunity to work with the legendary Carvin Haggins with the song. So when we just kind of linked up the first time, just discussing the song, it just kind of was like where I was and just, because I've met him in the past before. So just talking about the song, I feel like I came to him and basically said, like, the artist that I want to become is like the artist that can clash that like soulful feel with my new generation, because I am, still pretty young, but I do pride myself on saying that I do have a old soul, and, because just the music I grew up listening to. So, so I definitely, like, when I heard the sample of, the Teddy Pendergrass, TKO, and also I heard a little bit of Ahmad's back in the day. I'm like, this is perfect. And then I'm able to do my little, R&B hip hop feel on it. So I just fell in love with the classic overall, because I feel like it's so many classic samples already, embedded in the song. So for me to just be able to give that tribute and do my own thing on it, it's just an honor in itself. I'm so happy that people love it just as much as I do,
Absolutely. Coming from Philly and growing up in such a musical town, who were some of your heroes that you grew up in? I mean, meeting Carvin must be like, wow, but who are some of your Philly heroes in the music game?
I would definitely say the closest, well, Lauryn Hill was right there, if you want to say it, the Jersey area. She was right there. Of course, Jill Scott. Like, I feel like that was another like big artist that my mom would always like. My mom's top two artists just top artists I listened to was Mary J. Blige, India Arie, Jill Scott, Angie Stone. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was the top two, like, especially if we're just wanting to focus on Philly, I would say, of course, Jill Scott and
absolutely,
Lauryn, the Philly native or Jersey native as well. But man, my favorite with India Arie. I feel like just she touched my soul in a lot of different ways, especially being a kid, like going through a lot of like, during the time where you're like changing, you're having insecurities and you're not sure, you're not that confident in yourself. I remember coming home and like, my mom just kind of put on that song, I'm Not My Hair. And I just remember the overwhelming feeling of like feeling confident, feeling like, okay, like this, my hair, like this is kind of cute. Like, and I just remember, I'll never forget that moment, because it just made me want to become and just grow into that type of artist for this generation, for the generation to come, just someone they can look up to and, just be assured of their beauty and being who you are as a person. Like, and I feel like that's what I try my best to do, just give people that love and that soul and just that experience. I feel like when you listen to me, I want people to be happy. They can be sad. They can, get up and dance. It's an experience overall. And I feel like I want people to relate to my experience and look within themselves to be able to connect with me.
I love that. I love that. And I hear all those heroes in your music. I want to go, as we discover you, let's go back to you growing up in Philly in your family. You come from a musical family.
Yes.
and you started out in a group, and it was called K5, right?
Yes,
What
yes.
what I love about it is that you realize that I got to be in the front of all of this.
But the crazy thing is, when I was in the K5 at a young age, I was like low key just a backup dancer at that
Right.
point in my life. I wasn't even like, but even that experience made me like, no, like this is not my position. I'm like, I should be in that front position. So just even having those fun experiences as a child, I feel like it pushed me and motivated me to even having fun with my sibling, and like all of my family members, you know, my siblings are musically inclined, especially my siblings. And unfortunately, one of my brothers are, you know, currently, you know, incarcerated for a crime, you know, he didn't commit, doing everything to get him out. But he was one of my biggest influences, like as far as consistency. And, you know, he was one of the first people that took me to the studio. Like I had a trouble, like I started writing songs first before I developed my voice. And the first time I like completed a song, I was so excited. And he took me to my first studio session. So I just, you know, just I'm grinding, I'm working the best I can to get him out and just be able to reconnect and just, you know, continue to grow from where I am now. So
that's
definitely
beautiful.
my music, my family helped my music in so many different ways, and just being in Philly, that role plays, and just mainly my family though, just, you know, being surrounded by that many creative people at such a young age can really help a lot, I feel like.
To date so far, what has been your goosebump moment? Because you're working with some heavy hitters out here.
Honestly, that's kind of like low-key a hard question, because it's been a lot of like crazy, like wow, like, you know, I can't even fathom, like it's still just the beginning, and to be able to be in that position. Like one, like I will always remember, like when I was a little girl, I used to always watch Black Girls Rock.
Yeah.
So recently, like not maybe like a year ago or something like that, I got the opportunity to perform, and DJ Beverly Bond, love her so
Shout
much.
out to Beverly,
Shout out to her. She reached out, and it was actually in DC. And I went on a performance. I was super nervous because like in my head, I'm like, this is like, I watched this growing up. Like this is a huge, like being able to say, oh, I performed for Black Girls Rock is like crazy, you know? And I was, you know, nervous. I did my thing though. And I'm kind of in my head, I'm walking off the stage, and all I hear is, I'm looking around, I'm off the stage. I run back on stage, and the mic is cut off at that point. I'm just like screaming back there, yelling. I just like, that was such a wholesome moment for me, that even me being caught up in my head, like just the fact that people still felt me and saw me. And like, you know, that was just a beautiful like moment for me.
You talk about performance. You enjoy performing. How has that experience been for you now? And when for people who haven't checked out your show yet, what do you want to connect with them when they leave and go, I was at a Kenya Vaun performance?
I've definitely been like, that's how I really started out, performing at open mics. So I definitely feel like, as far as like, I'm still getting over, like it's hard to not be nervous, especially when the crowds just keep getting bigger and bigger, you know. So the nerves is always there. But what I feel like I really try my best to do is I try to connect with the people in the crowd. I make eye contact. I'm like talking to you, like, and I want everybody to walk away from, you know, any experience that they had with me, that like it's all my concerts, any concert you come from, I want you to feel like it's complete judge free. This is home. This is peace. Like everybody, the people to your left, to your right, there's no judgment. We like, it's peace. Like, you know, I'm seeing you, we seeing each other, and it's just such beautiful vibes. Because I remember going to open mics. It was one open mic I went to in Philly, and like every single time I went there, it was always just that vibe. You know, people be nervous. There's so many people that like judge, and oh, that was kind of corny. But like every single time I went to this one in particular open mic, everyone just, no matter what you did, even if you messed up, everybody, whoa, keep going. And I just feel like I just always just felt like I was that type of person at heart. So when I'm doing my music, I want people to feel it as a whole, like we're together. Like, even if you don't know me, I want you to feel like you know me right now on this stage tonight. I want you to feel connected with me. So I feel like that's what I'm really trying to bring, is that intimate connection. And I feel like a lot of us as people are lacking in today's, you know, society and stuff like that.
I get that. I get that. Amongst all the people that you're working with, all these heavy hitters, I would love to know a jewel or a gem that you have been given on this journey that you could share with maybe an upcoming artist who, you know, want to give up to keep going. What could you tell them?
Well, something I always, and you know, I fought many battles trying to, you know, have to overcome myself was just, and it may say sounds so cliche now, but when I tell you, you just keep hold to just believing in yourself. And a lot of people say it, it's crazy, but and it goes over a lot of people's head. But I feel like a lot of people, you know, don't start believing into you until you truthfully believe in yourself.
Yeah.
People fall in love with that confidence that like, oh, you know, I see it too, kind of like people automatically go into that energy. But when you're so like, oh, you're putting yourself down, it's easy for people to judge you too. Oh, well, you're to this. But when you always, no matter what, you see that tunnel vision, you know where you're going, no matter what, no hard day or hard week, even if you're struggling, you always see the vision at the end of the day. I feel like I've always had a strong belief that, you know, it'll happen inevitably.
Yeah.
As long as you believe, as long as you're working towards that as well. Because people can believe and sit on their butt, you know what I'm saying? Same thing keep happening. But if you're getting up and you're super passionate about what you do and you're going every day, ain't nobody tell you nothing. It doesn't matter what people give you or offer because you know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not settling for this. I'm not settling for that. My heart is pure and I believe in myself more than anybody else could. So it's nothing that you can try to tell me that's going, you know, bring me down or make me feel like I'm not going to make it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that. I want to talk about the music, but I'm also curious because with your family, what's some words of wisdom that your mom or your family give you on this journey?
Definitely just, it's always to stay who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up in, you know, everything that everybody has going on. Stay who you are. Don't change for nobody. And like, that's something like things I'm telling you now, like I can literally, it's like my mom is saying it right now with the whole believing yourself. And like, I feel like my mom really, like, even my older brother, like all my siblings, I'm like the youngest. So everybody's technically older, but like my mom, she just always like want me to believe in myself. I feel like, especially that's why that song, that experience I said with Arie, hearing that song, like, cause it's hard for, you know, people to tell you with words, try to reassure you, oh, you're beautiful. That's why I feel like I connected so deeply with music because I felt it in a different way. It made me believe and see myself in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was at a point where I couldn't, you know, I couldn't sing technically or my voice wasn't developed, just that belief and now look at me now. That's a perfect example right there. Like there's so many people, oh, stop, you can't sing or stick to songwriting. And what if I would have done that? Would any of this happen or would be happening today? You know, and I always ask myself that. So I always stick with that gem in itself. Just keep believing, keep, you know, you got this, you know it. And it sounds so cliche, but it's just, it really goes a long way when you truly believe yourself, you know?
I believe in manifestation because we manifested you being here on the show. And you know, while you're talking, I was like, I already see you and Arie on stage doing something. All right, we're gonna manifest that. Okay.
Yes, let's manifest it right now. Yes. Oh my God. I wouldn't
Yes.
even know what I would do, child. I don't even know what I would do.
Let's talk about this music. And I love the songs that you put out, the movie night, the overrated, and with Summer. What is on this new project? You're still in the studio. What can we look forward to this new music? Because we already support you.
Yes. I appreciate that. But definitely what I want to say that I want, you know, people to keep an eye out for and look forward to is definitely with my new project that's coming up and the music that I'm planning to drop. I want to begin to tell a story again. You know, I feel like a lot of the music I grew up listening to, whether it was a whole album start to end or a song from start to end, it always had a message, a story, something I took with, you know, me even outside of that song. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my project, it comes with a story something I really want people to take and always remember me. And you can look in yourself and see the same things in yourself too. Like just that connection. You know what I'm saying? Bringing that connection, that real life connection with the people back. I feel like listen out for a story. It's just gonna be a journey, like I said, like follow along my journey, the Kenya Vaun experience or whatever you want.
Yes. Yes. I love it. What are some goals that you have when the new music comes out? You know, as far as just seeing you out here on the road, what are some goals for you?
Definitely my own personal goals. It's just, you know, definitely like I really want to give back to my community, like where I've come from. All of this has helped me become the person I am. So my community, my family, I feel like doing those things once I reach a certain level, I feel like would just fill me in my heart in so many different ways because I feel like, you know, I wouldn't be me in so many different ways without so many different experiences that I've went through in my life and seen and, you know, even places that I've been. So I feel like it's only right to give back. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm able to really be in a position where I can give back and show people that, yo, I still remember you. I seen you. I remember when you used to support me. I feel like that goes a long way because a lot of people kind of get to a certain point and move as if I've been deserved this. You know, it's like kind of like, you know, you can move like that, but everything is not promised. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to move with just thankful. I'm just super thankful, you know, for you having me on the show to just be in this position that I am, you know, in today. And I'll always just move with that because anything can happen in the snap of a finger and this could all just be wiped away. And I know that. So I value this time that I'm spending creating beautiful, you know, masterpieces and meeting beautiful people but still being humble and thankful at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to leave with this. Being from Philly and having your music played all over the world, what does that mean when you go home and people are saying, I heard you on the radio stations, I saw you? What does that mean being from Philly?
It mean like the world. That's all I can really say to someone. It means the world because every time anybody tells me that, I just look back at that little girl, you know what I'm saying, in Philly that dreamed of the world, you know what I'm saying, knowing who I am and it's happening, you know? So I'm very proud.
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you for joining the show. We are continuing to support you with your hit single Summer. That's like my theme. When I'm in the cold weather, I have to turn on your song and just envision me being poolside with the sunshine. I'm looking forward to more of your songwriting, more of you collaborating, because we've already manifested you with Arie and more. And Philly, look, with the Roots on Fallon and doing all this stuff. We manifested all that. I want to thank you for being with the Hybrid Soul with Kelly Kinkaid. We continue to support you. We love you. We look forward to seeing your elevation in the game. And I look forward to meeting you in person and just doing more with you. It's the Hybrid Soul with Kelly Kinkaid, and my guest today is Kenya Vaun. Until next time.